Hello and welcome back to Vintage Treasures. And today I have a huge lot of Ghostbusters stuff I purchased off Facebook Marketplace. Usually when you see this stuff, it's gone. You'll click on it, it'll say sold or pending, usually pending in red, the dreaded red pending text, and you can't snag it. But luckily for me, the person who listed this uh, wasn't very good at taking pictures, and I didn't really know myself what I was getting myself into. The lady had two lots of stuff. They were both $100 each. One of them was a huge Ghostbusters lot, and one of them was a Turtles lot. The Turtles lot it was worth it, but it wasn't worth it enough for me. But I definitely wanted to pick up the Ghostbusters lot. It had a lot of stuff that I didn't have personally. And I said I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I truly didn't. All I saw was that there is a firehouse. I didn't know how much of the firehouse is there, what was broken, what was sun damaged, what was missing. I saw a couple of figures that I wanted that were pretty cool. And I didn't see too much roleplay stuff in the listing itself, but you'll see later on that this was just not true. Basically, to give you a rough estimate of what I saw, it was a playset. It was like a shaky camera listing, and you have the playset. Then I saw a collector's case that was pretty grimy with the figures in it, and there were some good figures in there that I didn't have, and I'll show you right now. But when I got there, the deal was already worth it, and I was already going to seal the deal by giving her the money. But when I got there, I found so much stuff that I didn't even know was included. I had no idea was there, and I was glad it was there because this stuff was in pretty good condition. So I just talked about the role-playing stuff, and as you probably guessed, there was a good amount of role-play stuff at the yard sale, and I snagged everything she had there for sale. That was included in the listing. She didn't take pictures of everything, but it was definitely worth it even in the listing, as I just said. But when I got there, I saw something. I almost had a heart attack. It was crazy. The prices on this thing on eBay are so insane, it's not even funny. And the stickers on it are nice. I had no idea this was there. And well, let me just show you. We have ourselves a vintage 19 I forget, was this released? 1984 Ghostbusters Proton Pack. And I just saw this bit here, which was cool enough on its own. But then I looked a bit harder because there was a lot of stuff there for me to look at. And, well, I love looking at it. So I looked a bit more, and I don't really know if I noticed it there, but there also was the neutrino wand that goes to the proton pack, and I'll hook this up real quick. Thing about this is the cord here is always bent. It's molded into the neutrino wand. And actually, let me get you a good look at these stickers before I connect the two bits. We have the stickers. These are all original. I did not apply any of these. The lady said she put these in boxes. They were dust proof, which isn't completely true. I did a lot of cleaning. I was cleaning for hours, but I enjoyed every minute of it. And the neutrino wand, which still has that bubbling, which means that the adhesive's going to fail soon. We have the little no ghost emblem sticker there. All pretty straight. Oh, and it makes a noise. Let me put this near the mic. I don't know if that was loud. It was loud in person, but that neutrino wand right there, which hooks onto the proton pack, if I can get it in shot. It is quite a large piece. That's why this thing's worth as much as it is. So you can see it's cracked there, right there, but it does still go on. And let me set it up. and well, that's what it looks like. Different colors between the proton pack and the neutrino wand, which I actually kind of like. It separates them a bit. And I looked a little deeper, and I found out that it has the armband, although it is a bit chewed up. You can see some of the rivets on the end are a bit chewed up, and I think this kid had a dog. Armband. And it also had, that was probably really loud too, the PKE meter, meaning this guy's complete. And it, the antenna's bent on it, but, and there's 2 pieces missing, but it still spins. And the sticker's still on it, again, all original stickers. And the clip's not broken, which I don't think that really does break. It's reinforced pretty good. So great original set for the proton pack. They have not re-released it yet, but even if they did, I know they changed the sculpting because they don't have the original molds. But this is great. It's a complete set. The only thing it's missing is the box, and I'm not complaining. This by itself is probably already worth it. Not to mention, I think she knocked a couple bucks off because I negotiated with her a bit. It wasn't anything crazy, but I did pay a little less. But this alone is probably worth it. Personally for me, I wasn't like hunting for a proton pack like crazy, so maybe I wouldn't have picked it up. But considering everything else I'm about to show you, it definitely was a good snag. So, another roleplay item I got. If you guys have seen my videos, my last Ghostbusters haul video, I got a proton popper. And I bought that one on eBay for $22. If you haven't already, go watch that video. I'll link it at the end of the video, so you can go watch that. But the proton popper was released in gray, along with this thing I'm about to show you. They were the only 2 things released in gray. They then released them in blue to be more accurate to the cartoon, and also because gray resembles a firearm, which, you know, could be dangerous if a kid's run down the street with this and someone mistakes it for a gun. But I'm pretty sure it was just to have continuity with the show, since the toys are based after the show, not the movie for the most part. But the second thing that was released with that proton popper was the projector. I don't know the name for this, but this thing projects ghosts. And if you look here, pull this thing out here, you can see we got a couple ghosts and ghouls in here. Little skeleton guy, dog. Looks like the dude from the game show. Stay Puft, the one from the first movie. Slimer, a little distorted there. I think this came with 2 discs initially, but one of them got lost. One's good enough. I mean, I'm not complaining. I could still use it. I haven't tested it yet because I did just get this, so hopefully it works. So, last roleplay item I got. I didn't expect any roleplay items because I didn't see any of that. Is actually probably the Grail roleplay item that I picked up. It is beat up pretty darn bad, but we have ourselves here, what is this called? The Ghost Claw or something along those lines. The reason this one is such a grail is because it was released in 1990, way towards the end of the line, and you can tell by the funky colors they got on it that this is a later release because they released most of them in blue. The claw still works. I added the sticker here because the sticker that's supposed to be there, the kid put over here, and I didn't want to risk ruining it, so I just put a no-ghost sticker on there. I don't know, I think it works. Makes it look like a Ghostbusters thing, but the claw still works. And this nib still moves with the claw. As you can see, it's cracked down the middle, but I taped this side, and this side I couldn't do much on because there's a window here. But I also got it with this part, which I see is missing a lot of the time. You can attach it up here and press it back here, or you can attach it down here. And when you press the claw, it'll fire the missile. Unfortunately, don't have the missile, so I can't test it, but this thing looks pretty darn cool on display and is freaking huge. You can see I have all the roleplay stuff kind of put in the corner of the screen right there. That's because I have something even bigger than those things to show you right now. I did mention a firehouse in the intro, and I was not lying. I got a firehouse, and after cleaning this thing up, it's next to brand new. Next to brand new, not brand new. I mean, this thing's, I put it together a bit, like all the bits and stuff. I think it's gonna be hard to fit in the frame. Let me try to get a better angle on that. Look at that. I had to actually lift up my tripod to show this thing. It is pretty huge. And as you can see, there's a couple problems. One of the railings is missing up there. That sticker's a bit damaged. I think that sticker is actually Granny Gross. See that sticker right there? It looks like Granny Gross. I'm not sure if it is her because there's different clothes, but maybe a little Ghostbusters little, I don't know, Easter egg there. And it also came with both pieces of the containment unit. And if I move that was a bit loud. We have the stickers there. And next to mint condition, they look great. And look at this floor. I just want to point this out. The floor came out pretty nice. It was grimy, it was dirty, and it looks like someone put mud through the slime feature thing that goes through that and the roof. But I did clean it up. It took me probably 2 hours to clean just this. And for those of you wondering what this red thing is, it's a ghost trap, and it was actually in the cartoon. In the cartoon, they'd put the ghost trap in there and it would suck them in. But when you're working with toys, you're working on a very small scale, and they can't fit in there, the ghost can't. So you can remove this. This actually fits into the back of the Ecto-1. Speaking of which, this came with an Ecto-1A, this whole set. I can't show it in the video because I already listed it to recuperate some of the money I got from this to buy more toys. But the thing was pretty beat up, the stickers peeled off, so I cleaned it and then I put the stickers back on. Not really too much of a big deal, but I can't show it in the video. It was pretty beat up anyway. But anyway, back to the containment unit. I have this little bit here, and Egon over here. This did not come with the, I had this before. I picked up this lot. You can come here and sees a ghost up here. He hits him with the proton beam, and I guess this is basically the ghost trap. Quite large. You can like put them in there, and then to make sure it's secure, you keep the door shut and make sure you line those two plastic bits up. And this door, this is a trap door, and then you can hear them go in. I'll do it near my microphone. Looks like he's stuck. Or not work. The ghosts are pretty sticky. There he goes. All in a day's work. So, as some of you guys probably noticed, one of the doors is missing. The lady I bought it from said that she has the other door. She's gonna tell me if she finds it, so I can go pick it up, and if she has anything else, I might buy some more stuff off her. But also you might notice that the sign hole's empty. I already had a sign, but the lot also came with a sign, so I decided to sell off the sign it came with because I liked the one I had better. It was a bit more pristine than the one in the lot. The stickers are really nice. This is all original. I like having the original stickers. I prefer it. And if you look at that, see, look at that. This facade you can't see too well when it's on display, but there's so many like there's 4 sides, and all of them are beautiful because you have like the inside for both of those sides. Then the front is beautiful because you have this grand entrance with the purple bricks, and even this side you got windows and brick stickers to really enter you into the world of the Ghostbusters. And as you can see here, this is already starting to pile up, but we're not even done. We're not even close to done. I haven't even started talking about figures, and this is probably already $200 worth of stuff. And you know, this is why I took this as fast as I could. I didn't know I was getting all this, but I thought I'd at least check it out. And I was going there thinking I was definitely purchasing it, but this was just kind of sealed the deal. I also did want to mention this did not only come with the Ecto-1A that I can't show because it's put away. But it also came with the Ghost Sweeper, and it has the proton beam still on it, the whole thing, with the end, so you can do this. I know, fun. The only thing it's missing is the steering wheel towards the back, and I thought I'd mention that I put a screw through this thing. It was missing the end, so I just put a screw through it and put tape on it until it fit in and rolled around without falling out. Thought I'd mention that. It also did come with the Ghost, I believe, if I can find it. Found it. And yeah, it doesn't really work too well on the fabric, but you get a good idea. Pretty cool. I was looking for a Ghost Sweeper. I was actually in an auction, and I didn't win the auction for one. It came with the box in about the same condition. It had the steering wheel, and I don't know if this was broken. So it was new with the box. Had all of its parts, and it had the box. That sold for $32, but I already set my limit at $30, so I said I wouldn't go over, and I stayed true to my word. And I guess it paid out because I got one in a $100 lot, and you don't need two Ghost Sweepers, so guess it all worked out in the end. And there was something I saw when I was there that I put on top of everything else in the bag because I didn't want it to break. And it was this backpack here. And I didn't know who it went to, but I knew it went to a Slimed Heroes figure, which are pretty desirable. Not like the Ecto Glows or anything, but pretty good. And it had the beam still. Found out this went to Peter. And I saw Peter in the listing, so I knew I was going to get him. So it was nice to get him with his proton pack. And I already had a Winston, and I already had a Peter, so now all I need is Egon in his lime suit. And I did mention that I got figures. I have a whole bag of them. I'll just pour them out on camera. Right there. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of figures and other things. So, there's a lot of figures here and stuff, but I wanted to point out, again, I did snag a couple of figures out because I already had them. So, some of the figures that were in here, I took out already, and so this isn't exactly everything, but this is everything I'm keeping. So, I guess it's all new to you if you've been watching my other videos. So I guess that works out in the end, but let's push this to the side and go through it a bit slower because there's a lot of stuff in here. Alright, well let's start here, I guess. I didn't know this was here. It is an Ecto 1A sticker for the front of the car. I didn't know this was here, or I would have used it on the Ecto 1A. So I guess I could put it on, or I could keep it. Doesn't really matter. There's another sticker here. Electro Optic Tracker. I don't think that's Ghostbusters related. Oh! And we have a slime sticker for the Ecto 1A. I wouldn't be able to get that back on with the means that I get my non-clear stickers through. And let's start going through these figures. Actually, we have a couple things here that aren't figures. We'll go through those first. This one kind of sucks. It's the foot pedal to, it's a little grimy, I actually need to clean that. It's the foot pedal to a ghost trap without the ghost trap attached, and I didn't see a ghost trap, so I didn't get the ghost trap, but foot pedal seems to be airtight, so that's good, I guess, if I get one without the foot pedal. And got a Ghostbusters radio. I tested it, it works, but I don't want to play copyrighted songs on YouTube. because they might block my video. It still has a clip on it. No battery cover though, but it does work. I tested it. Proton popper. I already have one of these. So I guess there's a couple things that I didn't take out, but I have a proton popper. Nice. I know those can get a bit of money considering how small they are. I guess because they're made out of rubber. Oh, this. So I decided to keep the seat off the Ecto 1A because I have 2 Ecto 1s and only 1 seat. So, and this is the first larger gun I had because I didn't have the one for the other chair I have. So now I have 2 chairs and 2 Ecto 1s. Well, actually, one's an Ecto 1A. No, but that's besides the point. Let's see what else we have here. I'm not sure what these are. I don't think these are Ghostbusters, but it's like red goggles, little technical stuff there. Not sure what those go to. We got some. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. Little clicky claw from McDonald's. It looks. Was that part of the traveling set? There's like they had a set of traveling stuff like a canteen and all that. Or maybe this is just, I don't know. McDonald's stores are pretty cool. I collect them, so this will probably go on the shelf for display I have it on. Oh, didn't expect to see him here. We got ourselves a Police Academy figure. I think this is Hightower. See if he works. Yeah, put his arms up for him to work. He's supposed to slam. Boom. Yeah, he still works. I think I did clean his face. These figures always get sticky on the face, but when you clean them, they get really shiny. So I guess it pays off in the end, but it is a pain to deal with these figures. This is pretty cool. Can't find a year on it, but it's definitely vintage. It's a little dinosaur with a little bubble spout in the back and a bubble wand on the front, and you can blow bubbles. I'm not going to because that would be disgusting. Got a couple of these. I don't know what these are. Tell me in the comments if you know what these are. They're like little squishy backpacks. I guess they squirt water, probably, and another one of the guns that's not connected to a backpack. Not sure what that's all about. An orange chair with a little peg hole in it. Looks like it connects to something. A stick. Or maybe it's a tree. Does that go to the Robin Hood or Ewok playset maybe? Yeah, that would make sense. It's weird. We have Kenner toys in here that aren't from Ghostbusters, and this Ghostbusters a lot. I think. Oh, well, actually, show this backpack. If you know what this is from, please tell me in the comments. But now all we have left is figures. So let's get into these figures. Got some good ones here. Again, I did take mostly figures out of here. In that Ecto 1A. So they're not here, so there was more originally. But we have ourselves here a ghost that goes to that pink ghost. Ironically, I had the orange ghost. That is the same mold, I think. But I lost that, and I never had the pink eye, but now I have the blue little ghost that goes inside the pink eye's mouth. That's nice. We have both of the ghost traps. It's nice to see them together. I don't mind this guy. I like this guy. He's fun. He works. Pretty fun. I hate this guy. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. This guy hurts so much. It's like Kenner knew what they were doing. These sharp teeth, they hurt so much. I'll do it for the sake of content, but this hurts. And it's not the most painful thing in the world, but those teeth, they hurt. We have Janine from the, I forget what this line is. This is the one where they come with the ghost, the big, hollow, bulky ghost. You put them on their back, and they spin around. Looks like she clicks. I don't know if she works. And, and from that same series, I did actually fix the legs on this guy because it was bothering me. But we have Winston from the same line. I did put the plastic stuff between his legs. I mean, they're still not stable completely, but a little stronger. I know he doesn't work because he doesn't click. He just like spins. He doesn't have any clicking mechanism, so you can't use the button. But he still looks good on display. And I did already have a Peter from that line, so we need a couple more Ghostbusters. I think we need Egon and Ray, and then we'll have that set. My accessories all complete. Honestly, we have the phone for Janine. I think I already had this, and I just included it because that comes with her. Let's see. Oh, we have another ghost. Well, actually, it's a toilet. But don't be fooled. It's not just any ordinary toilet. It's fearsome flush. And when you wind these wheels, or I guess moving forwards, you'll see he's not an ordinary toilet. He's a monster. And this one's pretty cool. I think this was released quite early in the line. And I know they re-released this, but I wanted to get an original. Pretty cool toy. Pretty unique. I don't think you'd see that anywhere else. Oh yes, here's that Slimed Heroes Ray I was talking about. So let's get the proton pack on this guy. I think this is the only accessory I got with any of these was the proton pack. Maybe. I don't know. Correct me in the comments. There's a lot of stuff here. So we have ourselves. Boom, there we go. And let's spin the beam. I know I can get about 30 for him on his own with this proton pack. I think about 30. But I'm going to keep him because I've had a couple of these. And speaking of Slimed Heroes, I also got myself a Winston Zeddemore in this lot. If you remember, I had one with a broken hand, and now I have one with a complete hand, so it's nice to see. Also pretty clean compared to the other one. I had to clean really good, but I noticed that it had the same mark on the side of his face, but that's just from the slime function. That's because he's supposed to get slime on him. The function doesn't really work anymore, but you know, that's just something you can see on the figure as it ages. I got myself a new character. I forget this guy's name. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I guess drop it in the comments if you know his name. But I have him. He doesn't have any accessories, unfortunately. A lot of these guys don't. But he's the last Ghostbuster I needed. Now I have all the Ghostbusters. All 6 of them, all 6 different characters. Speaking of Ghostbusters, this is the last Ghostbuster I got. Before we get to more monsters. This one is not the Backpack Heroes, those are the ones that weren't released. That's gonna bug me. I really need to learn the names on these guys. The Backpack something. The clip's broken on this, so I gotta kind of put him against it pretty hard and put this over his hand so he can hold it up. It looks like that, so not the best thing in the world, but I might be able to find a repair for him eventually. We have a random, I believe, Robin Hood figure here. Pretty nice. I think that was a Kenner line as well, so just Kenner. A Granny Gross, one of my favorite figures. Oh, I got a new Haunted Human that I didn't have before, but I had his little ride-on. There was 2 of the Haunted Humans that came with little ride-on toys. There was the biker guy. I think his name was Road Rage, or I don't remember, something like that. But I know this guy's name is Air Sickness. And guy's the big smile, maybe too big of a smile. And you'd be right to think so, because he's actually a ghost. I never really got how this guy's a ghost. He just kind of looks like a nut. He's like, he can do a little dance. It's pretty funny. But I had his little, it's supposed to be a little helicopter, but I'm missing the propeller and I'm missing the engine. So I'm piecing this guy together little by little. But it's nice to have the figure, the little ride-on together. Pretty darn cool. And we have a couple of the monsters here, not Universal. I don't think they paid them royalties, so they didn't call them anything like that. I mean, unless they did, they might have. I didn't realize it. We have the werewolf here, and his waving arms and chopping jaw. Grrr. It's pretty nice. All these are pretty similar. You squeeze their legs. We have Frankenstein here, or I don't know, a guy put together with different human body parts. If they didn't pay royalties to Universal. Got his little yelling action. Pretty weak, not gonna lie. And we have a Dracula figure, which if he has his cape, this looks cooler. But if not, he just looks like he's gonna give you a big hug. When he has his cape, it does look a lot cooler, I will admit that, but the cape is so damn expensive. And a good look at the lot. Of course, you get that radio, all these darn figures. Air sickness is falling over a bit. The role play items, of course, always great looking. And the playset itself, and a proton beam, which are pretty hard to find, especially at a good price. Yeah, so pretty good finds altogether. Try to get it in one shot. Can't really. It's a lot of stuff. So if you enjoyed today's video, please consider dropping a like if you liked the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. I post vintage content every Wednesday. So far I've been doing it for I've been doing it maybe over a year at this point. Every Wednesday uploading vintage toys, yard sale finds, hauls, collection videos, entire collections. I do obviously Ghostbusters. I do Ninja Turtles, He-Man, new, old, doesn't really matter. If it's repo or not, I'll still show it. And if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing, and it'll tell you when I upload those. And if you want to subscribe later, you could always do that. But enjoy the rest of your day or night, and goodbye. And if you want to watch this video, it's right there. Go watch it since this video is over. And enjoy the video.